Hi, I'm Pam. This is my first YouTube video, so I hope you'll excuse the messes, the bad edits, the bad photographs. I'll get the hang of it. But I wanted to tell you that how my story. I retired early, and I traveled around the world twice, and I thought I had it all figured out. And then I realized that I was running out of money, and what a retirement nightmare, huh? So if you've ever wondered if your retirement plan is actually going to work, you will want to follow along on my story. But let me start at the beginning. I had a really good career, and I was a 35, 40-year career. And I always knew that I wanted to retire early. I didn't have children, and I love traveling. So I retired at 58, and then I started traveling the world. And I just loved every destination that I went to. It was always pre planned, and I had to travel in business class because I have a disability, which I'll go into in another video. And I always hired local private guides wherever I went to take me around. So I learned so much about the cultures and just how people lived in other countries. Just a fascinating time. And I love the freedom. I've been to Thailand, Indonesia, Hong Kong a couple of times. It's not so good anymore. Uh, New Zealand, Australia, Tahiti, uh, Bali, thumbs up for that. Dubai, the Maldive Islands, and I'm sure there's some that I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. And by far, my favorite go to place is the Masai Mara in Kenya in Africa. And at the end of this video, I'll put in a clip of a surprise that I gotten there on my 60th birthday when I was in a village and I was doing safaris out of a village in the Masai Mara, and it was I'll never forget it. It was so wonderful surprise. Um, so after all this traveling, a huge reality hits called the pandemic, and I was scheduled to go to Antarctica, and it was canceled. And I thought, I can't sit home. I think that's the worst thing that a retired person can do is just stay home and do nothing and have absolutely no interest. So what did I do? Ta-da! I went out and bought a brand new camper van. And I started driving around the US because I didn't have to wear a mask and I didn't have to stand in lines or whatever that stupid thing you stand 6 feet apart or whatever. And I was in my element then, and I was seeing wonderful places and meeting wonderful people, traveling around the U.S. and I love the adventures which were months long. In fact, I should be in Wyoming where I spend every summer. I live in Texas, and it's very hot here in the summer, so I would always go up to Wyoming and just sit on the top of this mountain and camp out there, me and my dog. But I didn't go this year because of my dwindling budget, and the gas prices are too high. So, kind of stuck in a dilemma. I'm probably in a different angle. I had this all recorded, and then I realized half of it didn't take. Oh my goodness. So, where was I? My dilemma. Um, was hit me last year. I was sitting at this beautiful campground in New Mexico, overlooking this lake, and I realized that my house has been in disrepair because I've ignored it for so long, and I also didn't have the money anymore to keep going, so I needed to come up with another plan. So I'm going to talk about that in upcoming videos. And what I'm doing. I'm kind of like refreshing my house inexpensively to make it calmer because I do have to spend more time here. So I'll talk to you about that and what I'm doing. And also, man, the run-ins with the help I've tried to hire, it's just like, what is going on? I used to be able to do all of this by myself, and I can't paint anymore. I can't hang things. I can't do the things I used to be able to do. So I need to hire it out, and it's just mind-boggling what I've run into. And I'm also going to talk about the aging difference. You know, the difference between me in my 60s and now I'm in my 70s, and and how it just kind of crept up so fast. And then I hope the weather turns a little bit or gas prices go down, and then we'll go camping and on short little trips, and I'll take you along to show you my van and what we do. And I'm also looking into tiny houses. I'm thinking I have more money in my house, my current house, and if I sell that, I could buy a tiny house, but will that really work out for me? So I'm going to go into that a little bit. So I hope you hang around. Sorry about the screw up in the pictures, and if I'm talking weird, but I'll get it all straight out at the end. And I'm really glad you're here. And I'll see you in a week. Bye.
Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. Yay. Yay.